In today's video, I want to talk about how much sand in order to potentially become a sandbox millionaire. And keep in mind, these are all hypothetical scenarios, and there is absolutely no guarantee that any of it is going to happen. And also on top of that, I am not a financial advisor. And before I get started with this video, I first want to mention how the current price of sand is sitting at 70 cents, and it has a market cap of $1.3 billion. And also on top of that, the current circulating supply is sitting at 70%. So as the circulating supply changes, just keep in mind that these calculations may be affected as well. However, with all that being said, let's now take a look at some hypothetical millionaire scenarios. And if we take a look at this right here, if sand were to reach the price of $10, it would have a market cap of $18.1 billion, and it would be a 13x from here. And at that point, you would need to own 100,000 sand in order to become a sandbox millionaire. And 100,000 sand, by the way, as of right now, is worth $70,000. So that is how much you would need to have invested as of right now in order to potentially become a sandbox millionaire if sand were to reach the price of $10. And some people may think, oh, $70,000, that's a lot, that's crazy. And I agree, that is a lot. Many people don't even have that in their entire crypto portfolio, let alone one single crypto. But I will say this, not financial advice, but I think that even if someone doesn't have $70,000 to put in sand, I still think even despite that, they can still get amazing gains through sand if sand were to just reach the price of $10. And let me show you what I'm talking about. For example, if let's say hypothetically speaking, I were to invest $1,000 into sand right here, right now, and sand were to just reach the price of $10 and do a 13x, I would have managed to turn my $1,000 into $13,000. And that's really good right there. That's over a 10x. I mean, that's amazing. And now, of course, it wouldn't make anyone a millionaire at that point, but still, right? Turning a grand into 13 grand, that's really good in my opinion. And the next milestone I want to talk about is sand at the price of $20, which by the way is around a 28x from here. And at that point, in order to become a millionaire, you would need to own around 50,000 sand, which as of right now is worth around $35,000. And do I think sand can reach $20 in the future? Yes, I do. And let me explain why. First of all, Sandbox, fundamentally speaking, it's amazing. I know a lot of people, they underestimate Sandbox. They think that, oh, Sandbox will never recover again. But I actually think that Sandbox is very special. You know, Sandbox currently has over 400 partners, which by the way include Ubisoft, even Tony Hawk, Snoop Dogg, Gucci, Adidas, the Warner Music Group, and much more. You know, I could go on and on and on. The list is just insane. And by the way, a very interesting fact about Sandbox was that the fact that the most expensive virtual land ever sold on Sandbox was actually worth $4.3 million. That's such a mind-boggling number right there. However, besides that point, if you take a look at what is behind Sandbox, it is Animoco Brands. And when it comes to Animoco Brands, they are truly something special. I mean, Animoco Brands is just out of this world. It's such an amazing company. It's top class. And I think with that in mind, I think Sandbox is in safe hands in the future. They have an amazing team behind them, and I think they will be around for a very long time. And now with that being said, I now want to talk about sand reaching the price of $25. And at that point, it would have a market cap of around $45.3 billion, and it would be around a 35x from here. In order to become a millionaire at that point, you would need to own 40,000 sand, which as of right now is worth approximately $28,000. And do I think sand can reach a $45.3 billion market cap in the long term? Yes, I do. And the reason why I say that is because if you take a look at the metaverse industry, it actually has a lot of potential. I know some people, they're a little bit skeptical about the metaverse. They think that, oh man, not many people are that excited about the metaverse. And for the people who think that way, it's pretty understandable because as of right now, the metaverse industry, it's not doing that hot. But I think in the future, it won't be that way. In fact, I think in the future, it will be so amazing. And in fact, right, according to McKinsey, they predict that the metaverse industry could potentially generate a value of up to $5 trillion by 2030. And that's crazy. Just imagine how big the metaverse industry can be in the very near future. I think what we saw back in 2021 was just a small glimpse of what is to come. And Sandbox, it's an amazing metaverse. Many people, they often compare Sandbox to Decentraland. A lot of people like to say, oh, Decentraland is better than Sandbox, but I disagree with that. I think Sandbox is way better than Decentraland. When I played Sandbox and when I played Decentraland, my key takeaway was that Sandbox was just a lot better. The gameplay was much more smooth, it was more fun to play, and overall the game game just felt more enticing. Sandbox is just on a whole different level. When I take into consideration the future potential of the metaverse industry, and when I take into consideration just how special Sandbox is, when I take all of that into account, I really do think that Sand will have no problem reaching high prices in the future. And now I want to talk about a massive milestone for Sand, and that is Sand at the price of $30, which by the way is around a 42x from here. And at that point, it would have a $54.3 billion market cap. If it were to reach that price, you would need to have owned around 33,000 Sand in order to become a millionaire. And now I want to talk about an even bigger milestone for Sand, and that is Sand at the price of $45, which by the way is a staggering 64x from here. And at that point, it would have a market cap of $81.5 billion. And to become a millionaire at that point, you would need to have owned around 22,000 Sand, which by the way, as of right now, is worth around $15,500. And $81.5 billion in market cap, that may seem so unrealistic, but here's the thing, right? In the world of cryptos, we've actually seen a meme coin reach much higher than that. Dogecoin back in 2021 had a market cap of over $88 billion. And again, right, that's a meme coin. So if Dogecoin can reach over $88 billion in market cap, why can't Sand, with its amazing fundamentals, especially in the very long term, at least reach $81.5 billion in market cap? At least that's the way I think about it, especially when I consider just how big the metaverse industry can be, and just when I consider just how amazing Sandbox is. When I take all of that into account, I really don't think that this is unrealistic for Sand, especially in the very long term. I am so bullish on the future of Sandbox. And if you want to check out a very interesting video, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's an amazing video, and I think you all would really love it.